We don't have 400 coins, unfortunately. 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oof. Yesterday we removed 12 crates from the tunnel, and today I want to continue that effort, as well as potentially purchasing the blue tents. There's a few other things on my list, but we'll get to that later today. Today I will also walk you through 3 design proposals to improve the conservatory. We've been discussing some of these in the comments in previous episodes, but today we have additional insights. And I also have a design proposal to improve the armory, but more on all of that later in the video. My name is Noel, welcome back to my study where I play and analyze games carefully. Let's pick up the allowance and then head over to the grounds first to see if we can get a shrine working, which would be great. So with a shrine, I would with the outer room, I would probably go for a shrine so we can get the monk blessing to get the freezer for the blue tents. But if we don't get that, we'll have to see. We are getting it. Very good. There's also this chest here that we still have to open, so that could be something as well. Is there any reason to go for the shelter or the root cellar today? I don't think so. Let's go. Shrine. Monk was 30 coins if I remember correctly. Wait, what items do we have today? No items. 101 allowance. Where did I end the day yesterday? Oh yeah, right. I did the experiments, so my day was ended because of the experiments. Okay, let's do 30 coins again, as always, to get the monk. I still don't really understand. Let's just do 30 because this worked. This gives us 4 days of monking. And then we'll try to get a freezer today. Not too late. If we get the freezer, I might just go for it. And then we can get the blue tents out of the way. Since just by getting the freezer 4 times in a row, that will give us over 400 bucks. And if I then sleep... If I use the last monk to sleep in the gift shop, I can definitely get the gift shop on the grounds. That would be good. Alright, let's do our staircase strategy here. We'll go for... What are we going for? I know that I'm going to come back, so maybe bedroom. Okay, then spare terrace, because the other options are not that great. Oh, look, another item here. Very good. So potentially we want to get a kennel as well then. Not a big fan of how this is playing out. I think I'm going to go for the hallway closet. Because it's free. Or I could do the walk-in closet and still hope to get the hallway closet in next to a hallway. Okay, let's see. I don't really like how this is playing out already. 1, 2, 3, 4. The booklets. Last time I forgot about that one. Need to make a note, as we discussed in the comments, to always count items. Alright. Not a great start. Let's see what we can do here. Throne room. I don't think I need access to the to the room 46, so I don't think I need the throne room. Maybe we'll just go with the pantry. Then let's see what we get here. Okay, the foyer is actually pretty good. It does take away quite a lot of gems, but I could... okay, let's get the foyer and see. Then we'll see if we can get a conservatory here, since we have the rook. It should be possible, right? Oh. Let's get the conservatory. Okay, commissary is standard. I think that's quite alright. Vault gives us 40 coins. It's a dead end, though. Costs 3 gems. I think... I don't know. I think it's okay to have that on rare. Because it's a dead end. The rotunda is pretty good. But it costs 3 gems. So I'm not actually too happy about the rotunda. It is pretty good. It gives you access to all sides, but for 3 gems? I don't know, man. I don't really like the vault because it's a dead end. The commissary is pretty good, so we leave that at standard. Rotunda rare, I think it's pretty good already. I don't think like I need to adjust anything here. Then in the comments, you guys also mentioned that I can reset as a really important tip. Like nobody seems to know that, or at least nobody told me so far. What did I change? Did I already? No, this is still rare. I need to find something that I changed the rarity. Oh, see, trophy room. If you open the trophy room, which I've changed the rarity for, in the conservatory, you get this option here. Would you like to use the conservatory to reset this floor plan's rarity to rare? Interesting. I'm not going to do that, but that means we can be a bit more aggressive in choosing what we're doing here, because we can always reset it. We don't have to get it here as an option. Although what I would have done if I was Tonda, I would have put a button here at the bottom saying, yo, do you want to reset any of the floor plans that you have already adjusted, to make it more obvious that that's a thing. Who goes into the... Who thinks about going in here to hopefully trigger this message here at the bottom? I don't understand why that message is not here. Oh, it says it here. Rarity changes can be reset using the directory in this room. I feel like nobody read that, because otherwise you guys would have told me, come on. I'm gonna put a quiz at the bottom again to ask you guys if you knew about this or not, before I just mentioned it. Alright, back in about 2015, when I got really interested in visual design, I read this specific book here by Robin Williams. It's called The Non-Designer's Design Book, and it's basically just a very good starter for doing good-looking visual design, such as for postcards or letters or invitations. And it focuses on 4 concepts, which she named CRAP. That stands for contrast, repetition, alignment, and proximity. It's quite funny. Now let's quickly walk through these 4 concepts, contrast, repetition, alignment, and proximity, and see why this specific screen just didn't really work for me. So when we look at contrast first, what I notice is that we have this coherent piece here, which seems to be one block of text. It's white text with a slight shadow, and then we have that button under here that sticks out quite well. The problem is that this specific part here is actually quite relevant, but it blends into the text above. Therefore, I just never really read it again, because I assumed the text above was just the introduction to the conservatory, which I already understood. Now, if we go to the second concept, repetition, then we have to alter this a little bit, since this is a game and not just a postcard. And since we reopen this dialogue here over and over again, we definitely get the repetitions in to see this specific screen over and over again. So I think the repetition is definitely here. Now I also don't really have much to say about the third concept, alignment. This is center aligned here, so it does look visually pleasing. I think it's fine. The fourth concept is proximity. And when we look at which items have close proximity to another, we can see that this is approximately the same distance here. So we can see that the button and the 2 text elements are about the same proximity to each other, and therefore about the same relevance to each other. Therefore, especially the contrast and the proximity concepts are not distinguished enough for this element, in my opinion, to stick out enough. So what I would do is the following. First, let's get rid of this whole row here. Now the button I think is fine. I never really missed the button, but let's get rid of it as well for now. Alright, now we have one text box at the top that just describes the general workings of the conservatory, which is fine, especially once we visit it the first time. After that, we probably never look at it again. Now, I disagreed with multiple things about the conservatory and the rarity system, but since we can now reset the rarities for the adjusted blueprints, at least some of my criticism has been invalidated. But still, the fact that you have to open the room directory in order to do that seems really weird to me. I do understand that it's probably very easy from an implementation perspective to just reuse the room directory, rather than have a completely different screen just for the conservatory, which shows the already adjusted blueprints, so we wouldn't have to scroll through the room directory to find the ones that we can reset. But in order to bring the conservatory closer to the room directory, what we could do is to add a button right here to open the room directory, right from here, to make this connection much stronger. It brings the proximity of these two systems much closer. Therefore, let's add a button here. It's not a very beautiful button, but that's fine. And let's also keep the button that we already had previously. The previous button previously just read continue, to continue with adjusting the rarity in the conservatory. But now let's call it adjust, and let's make it green. That would also align with the wording right here. So if we call this adjust, we have a little bit of a link here color-wise. And then let's name the other button reset. Now the wording of course needs to be well thought through. If you just name this reset, then players might be hesitant to press that because they don't want to reset everything they already did. So maybe the wording here needs to be slightly adjusted. Now that was my first of 3 proposals for the conservatory. I have some more to share. Let's say you press reset and the room directory opens as we just did when I played. But now the problem is I didn't know which ones of these I actually already adjusted, so I had to step through them and figure out which ones I could reset. Now what if the room directory would have a context associated with it? So if you just open it regularly, it would just have the regular mode that we all know. But if you open the reset context from within the conservatory, the game could gray out the ones that are not already adjusted to prevent us from trying to reset them, which would not even work. Alright, so if I would open the room directory from the conservatory, maybe that's what I would see, just the rooms that I actually can reset. The same could be done when you're in the Armory and you purchase the axe and you want to axe a room, because you can only axe rooms that have gem costs. So I had to step through each individual room to see how much they actually cost. So what if one room directory context could be axing, and when you open that by purchasing the axe, only the rooms that have a gem cost would be selectable. Now apparently you can also de-upgrade rooms that you've already upgraded. I haven't gotten to that point yet and I don't know how that looks like or works, but potentially when you do that you could have another context here that is the de-upgrade or downgrade I guess, where you only see rooms that you have already upgraded. But maybe that feature works completely different anyway, so I don't know about that exactly. Now my third proposal for the conservatory is quite controversial and we've been discussing that in the comments for a bit already, and we do have different opinions because everybody's taste is slightly different as well. In my personal opinion, the way that it's done, that you can change only these 3 blueprints that you're getting here each time you draft the conservatory, unnecessarily elongates the entire process. I would prefer an approach like in the drafting studio, where you get 3 options every time you put it down, and you get to select one blueprint to put into your arsenal permanently. So what if the conservatory would work slightly similar like the drafting studio, where you put down the conservatory, you get 3 options to choose from the blueprints you've already added to your arsenal, and you get to select only a single one, but that one that you select, you can permanently upgrade every single time you visit the conservatory. So over time you could build your arsenal of blueprints that you can adjust rarity for. So if you put down the conservatory about 110 times, you will be able to upgrade the rarity of every single blueprint in your arsenal. That would make you tremendously powerful, but by that time you've also played the game for quite a while. I don't think I've put down the conservatory more than 50 times. That means I still would only be able to adjust rarity for about half of my arsenal. Now certainly that would probably shorten the entire experience of the game because the player gets more powerful, and a lot of you like this very long experience that drags on for seemingly forever. I don't necessarily think that elongating the process like that is a good design choice, and I do see how a player could abuse my proposal by just restarting the day over and over again, going into an early corner and drafting the conservatory just to build up their arsenal. So maybe there has to be some way of regulating the amount of times the player can do this in a row. Maybe you have to pay a price to put down the conservatory, I don't know. So there's definitely more fine-tuning to that, but that's the direction I would go in. Alright, these were my 3 proposals for the conservatory. Now let's also look at some ideas that I have for the armory. Especially since you can only use the axe in the armory 3 times, which either I completely missed or is not explained anywhere. So that could lead to players axing the wrong rooms because they weren't aware that there is a usage limit on the number of times you can use the axe. Therefore, to make that more apparent, I would do the following. Alright, I asked ChatGPT for some assistance in generating my proposals visually here. So these are AI generated images, so they're not perfect for sure. So my first idea was, why not add 3 different axes and the player could use them one by one and then they break after usage. And I would still keep all other items in the armory. The Morning Star, the torch and the shield. You can't see the shield here because ChatGPT forgot about that, but never mind. The way that the torch gets replaced by the axe, so you get the axe, the torch, makes the player believe that it's just a random swap, but eventually it just stays the torch. So the question always is, do I get the axe again or not? It's really confusing. So I would keep all 3 items, the Morning Star, the torch and the shield, visible at all times and just add the axes as an extra. Here in my first idea, I added 3 axes and the player could burn through them every time they visit the armory. But this has several problems because the player doesn't know that they break and they could use all 3 at the same time the first time they visit the armory. So you would need to lock away 2 of the axes and only allow the player to use 1 at a time, which all sounds quite weird. So I kind of moved away from that idea. But then I thought, why not have a single axe, but somehow inform the player that it's fragile and it breaks over time. So you get to use it once and then it gets damaged a little bit. You use it again and it gets more fragile. And then after the 3rd use, it completely breaks down. And eventually you could have object permanence by having the axe on the floor, showing that it's completely broken now and can't be used anymore. Now that's probably the direction I would have gone in with this axe to make it more apparent what's actually going on. Now let me know what you think of my proposals. I'd love to discuss this in the comments, especially if you have concerns or ideas. I was thinking about making a Prince-like game myself at some point, although I do have many projects going on right now, so this is not something for the immediate future. But I do like to explore all of these ideas and hear all of your concerns to get a coherent picture of what I might do or might not do in the end. Now let's get back to the game. There is really a lot to cover today, so let's go. Oh boy. Okay, so now, given that we can always reset it, do I want to change the rarity of these rooms? This costs 3 gems, that's the problem. I would have axed the rotunda, but I don't think we can axe anymore. I've never seen the axe again. I think there is, I think we axed 3 things, and I think that's probably the max. So I'm considering making the vault standard for the money. Or unusual at least. We can always return it, right? So let's make the vault unusual for now. And then the rotunda will keep as is for now. Let's see, here I would like to go straight. Which we can do with the den. I do have to keep my options open. Let's see what we get here. Maybe, so what I'm thinking is I have 2 doors here, which is a bit of a waste, right? So I definitely want to push upwards here, and then try to wiggle my way to the foundation from the bottom here. But that means I shouldn't go to the left here, I should go straight, which is why I'm going to go with the corridor. And then here to the right would be good. Which we can't do. Therefore, maybe I'm just going to place down a break room, which costs me 2 doors. Or I'm putting down a dark room, which also costs me 2 doors. But at least I get another, like, path forward. No, I think I'm going to go for the break room for keys. I don't really like putting down the dark room when I don't know what I'm going to get. We've also talked about whether that was just flavor text here or whether that has meaning. I just find it very hard to believe that that's flavor text if there is like rules here that literally explain how this works. An extended lunch. Okay, so let's see. That's just 4. Oh, 2. So we have to do this twice, so that's 10. Yeah. 2 plus 6 is 8, plus 6 is 14. Okay, easy. I think that's new. You guys told me you've never seen these dots and X's before. So that certainly feels like it's new. Alright, let's push onwards through the corridor. I know I still have 4 coins in the pantry. Alright, I'm gonna go with the chapel so we have some extra room. And then I'm gonna push down here into the foundation and potentially down to the conservatory. There's a couple coins here. Alright. Straight left here would be good. Oh, look at that. Might actually go for the throne room. Code check would be good so we get the hammer to do the chest. But it's a dead end. Treasure trove would be good too to load it up further. But I am more interested in keeping my options open. I want to make sure I can get the freezer today. I think we're going to push for the blue tents if we can get a freezer. Okay, then I'm gonna have to use another break room to keep my pathing open. Okay, let's see. That's 10. 10 times 1 times 1 is still 10. That's 10. Why do they keep showing me the... Oh, I made a mistake. That's 10. That's times, no? Or does that mean times 2? I would have thought this means 10 times 1 times 1. But this might mean 10 times 2, 20. Yes. So 4 divided by 4 is 1. Times 4 is 4. Okay. So this just means basically not do the operation twice, but double the value, then do the operation. Okay, to the right here, which we can't do. In that case, I'm gonna go for the dead end. It's not optimal because it's not a hallway, but better than nothing. Better than losing a door. Okay. Then we move on. I would prefer the chapel, to be honest. To see if we can... we need a key here. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Well, it is what it is. Alright, what are we doing? Not optimal for sure. I'm probably gonna go for the parlor now, so that we can get some extra gems. Maybe we should also focus on the utility closet, so that we can put down the dark room soon. Oh, we get an item as well, okay. A magnifying glass. Let's see, it is double statements. Alright, this box is white, which is definitely true. So this is the pure true box. Which one are we focusing on next? The statements on this box are either both true or both false. This box is empty. Okay. All statements on the blue box are true. The box with no false statements has gems. So white certainly has no false statements. But we do need a pure false box. Well, we don't need a pure true box anymore, but we could still have another one. So the thing is, if the top statement is true, that means the blue box is fully true as well, but then we don't have a purely false box. So the top statement is certainly false. I'm just still confused. Does that mean not all statements on the blue box are true? Or does it mean all statements on the blue box are false? I'm still not sure about that. So I just know that at least one of these statements is false. But I don't know which one or whether it's both. Okay, so the box with no false statements has the gems. If that's true, the gems are in white. But that means that's a mixed box here, the black one, and that means this needs to be the purely false box. But that means if this is the purely false box, then this box is empty is also false, meaning the gems would be in here. That's a contradiction because they're already in white. So this has to be the purely false box, meaning the box with no false statements has the gems is false. They're not in white. Now the question is if this box is empty or not. All statements on the blue box are true. We know that that's false, I think. That means at least one of these is false. So if this is false, if this box is empty is false, then the gems are in here. This top statement cannot be false. In that case, because then both would be false, which would mean the top statement would be true, so it's a contradiction in itself. But I know that at least one is false, so the top one has to be false. And then the bottom one is true, meaning this box is empty, and we know that white is empty too, so I think it's in here. But it might be false as always. No, it's not false for once. Whew. It's tricky. Okay, let's move on. Straight right. Okay, that's painful. I'm gonna redraw and hope that we get a better option. Okay, we are getting a better option. Very good. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna go with the hallway for the key and to not spend a gem. Yeah, it's not very good right now. I would definitely get the, put down the freezer whenever I get the chance. And here is the question. I'm probably gonna go with the boiler. Or should I go with the boudoir? I think the boiler is better. See, I'm not sure now. I just need to make sure I can get to the right somehow. I have more confidence in the boudoir because it gives me 2 dice. And then from here I can still try to loop down to the foundation to fill this square and down to the conservatory. With the boiler, I could screw myself if I can't go to the right here once or twice in a row, then I'm screwed. So I'm definitely going to go for the boudoir just for safety. All right. Options here would be good. Therefore, I use the silver key. Should I get the gym? Maybe the vestibule is more useful here because it provides access to all sides without any downside. And then we just go wherever it gives us. Okay. Ah, we need to draft. Yeah, okay, that's good. So I am gonna go for the gift shop for more access, right? Or should I go reading nook? I just might maneuver myself into a problem space. So let's go for the gift shop for some additional paths, and then we'll see what we can do here. Okay, so probably here I'm going to go for a classroom just to keep my options open. And then this will be locked. No, it's not. Interesting. So I think, therefore, I put down a dining room just to make sure we can get the meal. I lose a door, but that's okay. Okay, then let's first go through the gift shop, trying to go downwards. Maybe first here. That requires a key. Okay, then first here. Also key. We only have 2 keys left. Okay, let's go downwards then. If you have exactly 2 hallways, I have way more than that. This room counts as 2 bedrooms. I think I'm going to put this down so we can get it out of the way. Although I should really also go for the lab, because that gives me great options. But I'm running out of gems. So let's put down a bunk room. I don't want to spend gems if I don't have to, unfortunately. Oof, okay. 2 chests that I can't really use. Because I don't want to spend my keys, and I'm not going to spend my keys here either. I'm not going to spend more keys. Okay, this is open, very good. Enjoy your lunch. Yeah, now I know what you mean. Joya is the name of the angel. Alright. I never actually read this properly. So funny. Okay. Left would be good here. We're not getting left. I'm gonna go with the reading nook for the key and not to waste a gem. Because I am in desperate need for a key. Alright. Let's see if we can go up here. We can. But we need a key as well. Dang it. I think I have to use that. The freezer would be really good at this point. I'm gonna place the passageway. Because I want more access. I'm scared of running out of access ways. Or should I redraw? See, a gym would be good as well or something. Let's hope for something better. Oh, a freezer. I think I have to go for the freezer here. Simply because I can do the blue tent strategy. Let's do it. And then we can get that out of the way. I just need to make sure I'm not putting down a furnace. I think that's the... I just don't know if I can get the freezer again. That's the problem. Okay. I do have the monk, right? Yeah, Blessing of the Monk. Okay, then let's see if we can push onwards through here with my last key. West Wing Hall. Okay, that's pretty good. And we know that this is always unlocked. So let's go downwards. I mean, I could do the code check for the hammer, but I would prefer just focusing on the freezer. This is my last... No, this is not my last way to continue. Let's see if we can connect to the foundation. Oh, I don't have any gems. I can't use any gems. Let's use some dice and see if we can get free options to get down further. We can get the conference room. The storeroom would just give me 2 additional keys, which I could use at the top. But what do I even want to do? If I could get some more experiments going, that would be good. Maybe the map one would be great. Let's try to get a laboratory or anything with a computer so we can get the experiments going, and then maybe the map experience would be good again. Therefore, I'm going to go for the conference room for the extra drafting option. Yeah, I mean, the vault would be great, of course, but we can't spend any gems. Therefore, I'm going to go with the kennel. And, I can't do security because it costs me gems, and the lab costs gems too. And the office costs gems too. I can't even get a computer anymore. Damn. Okay, workshop then to push downwards. Maybe we can still get a conservatory. I didn't think about that. That's for the power hammer. Yeah, I also noticed I'm never getting the hammer again, the regular one. I don't know exactly why that is. I first thought it's because I have the power hammer in the code check, but then why am I getting the broken lever? Because that's also in the code check. I don't know. I'm gonna go for the gym. And then maybe a conservatory here would be good. Maid's chamber, utility closet. I just don't think that's going to be very useful. So let's use the rook here. Can't get the lab because it requires a freaking gem, of course. Could do the mail room. Oh, I would prefer the conservatory, really. I guess I could do the code check. But what about the conservatory? Well, in that case, I'm just gonna place the wine cellar. Because the thing is, I do want to replace the rook with the king, as you guys have recommended. Because of multiple reasons. I don't even have to pick these up, to be honest. Well. Yeah, because of multiple reasons. The wine cellar is a blue room as well. But we'll get to that once we do. I don't want to take away too many things too quickly. Straight right here. I guess I don't really want to go for the dark room. Oh, I could have gone for the utility closet, of course. That would have probably been the better choice. Didn't think about that. So trophy room. I'm not even sure what I'm looking for now, given that I can't even get a... that's locked. Great, okay. We can pick these up for no reason, because I can't store them anyway. I think we're just gonna call it a day in the freezer then. Where was that again? Up here. There's no other way forward. No. Okay. Yeah, so it's gonna be a bit waste on days today, because I want to get the blue 10s, but hopefully we can get those. Let's see. Call it a day. Okay, next attempt. I'm not gonna place the freezer immediately, of course. That would be not very smart. So first we're gonna play through the day, see how much money we can accumulate. You guys also recommended me a lucky purse strategy to get the lucky purse first and then the allowance later, since the lucky purse doubles any gold that we obtain. We do, however, need the coin purse and the lucky rabbit's foot, which is quite rare, to be honest. But since I have to come back through the entrance hall to draft the freezer outside, I'll just leave it here just in case. Let's see. We'll go with the reading nook first to get a key, just in case we get stuck. Then we'll go with a library to build our staircase. Then we could do the dove cote to get into the conservatory. Or the attic, but then we lose the conservatory. So probably I'm just gonna place down the dove cote and then go for an important dead end. Okay, I'm gonna use my redraw feature. I would not want to use the hallway closet here, really. I guess I could do the vault. Should I do the vault? Actually, it's not even that much. That's such a bad idea. It does cost me a bunch of gems, but I think I'm gonna do that. So the vault is out of the way. And we get a couple coins. So in fact now, with the allowance, we're already at 214 coins tomorrow morning. I always think this is a key card. I don't think there's any coins in here, right? Nope. Okay, I think that's it here. So with the piggy bank from the chapel, we are probably already close to 400 coins, but I don't really want to risk that, so we're definitely going to push further. Oh, treasure trove, also very interesting option here. But I don't want to spend too many gems, so I'm going to go for the corridor. We definitely have a good money set up now, it seems. Then commissary is very good, so that we can buy us some gems for today. Or we go for the spare terrace and then potentially a conservatory. Because this saves us gems. Or we go for the break room. However, I would like to get into the corner. I usually prefer that. Like, I prefer going into the corner and up instead of having two straight rooms here next to each other. That also gives us a shovel, which is good. Let's see if we can get the conservatory. Nope. But we are getting the parlor. So now the question is, should I redraw? I think I'm going to do that. You know what? No, I'm not. I do need to focus on my objective and not try to do everything at once. My objective is to get a lot of money. And in order to do that, I could go for the pantry, but that's only 4 coins. The better option might be the parlor to make sure I have enough gems. Let's go. Another parlor, another chance to screw up, and it's a tricky one. Okay. The gems are in a box with the longest word. Longest is the longest word on a box. Longest is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is definitely the longest word on that box. Shortest. That's longer, no? That's actually funny. The shortest is longer than longer. Wait, what? S-H-O-R-T-E-S-T. That's 8. So L-O-N-G-E-S-T. That's definitely not true. So longest is the longest word is definitely false. The gems are in a box with the longest word. That we don't know. But this is certainly not the true box. The gems are in a box with the shortest word. A is the shortest word on a box. Well, A is certainly the shortest word here. A is certainly the shortest word here too. That's actually true. A is the shortest word on a box, so that's true. The gems are in a box with the shortest word. That we don't know. But we do know that shortest is the longest word. And shortest only occurs on that box. So if the top statement here is correct, the gems would be in white. And if the top statement here is correct, the gems could be in white or in blue, because we have a box here. There are words on the box with the gems. That's certainly true. This box does not contain the gems. So we currently don't know which one is the true, the pure true, and the pure false box. I think that we need to figure out next. Okay, so I do know that A is the shortest word on a box is true, and I do know that there are words on the box of the gems. So the only one that has a false statement currently is longest is the longest word, and that means this has to be the pure false box. That means the gems are in a box with the longest word is false as well. That means the gems are not in white. One of these two boxes is the pure true box. The gems are in a box with the shortest word. If that is true, that would make this the pure true box, and the gems would be in blue, because they can't be in white. Now, there are words on the box with the gems, that's true. The box does not, this box does not contain the gems. That could be false, and it would be in here. That would make this a mixed box. That would mean this has to be a purely true box. The gems are in a box with the shortest word. I think it has to be in blue. And I think this lower statement has to be true too. Because if this is false, I mean, this could be false, because we already have the purely true box over there in white. If this is false, then the gems would be in here. But if this is the mixed box, then this has to be the purely true box. I think it has to be in blue. I hope it is. Yes, okay. Tricky, tricky. Good. Okay, let's push onwards. I don't want to go for the master bedroom. I think I'm going to go for the bedroom and then push onward. To the right here. Tricky. I don't want to waste my hallway, so I'm gonna go with the closet. One item. Here. North pointing rooms. I don't think I want that. Do I? I mean, I guess, I don't know. Let's see if that screws me over. Maybe now that I get it, because I don't actually need to backtrack right now. So maybe I could focus on not causing paths that I need to backtrack on. While we are here, let's quickly go dig up these dig spots over in the Dove Cote. It's cost me a few steps, but I think it might be worth it. Unless this is all just trash. Or nothing. Or a key. I think a key was worth it. Maybe. Was a weird audio clip playing for a second. Okay. We just need to make sure we can still draft the freezer outside, steps-wise. Alright. I don't really want to waste money in the chapel. Therefore, I'm going to go with the den. Okay, let's stay on the lower rank. We could do a dining room. Or a secret passage. I have a feeling that there might be a clue hidden in the secret passage, given the books that we found last time. We could also do the dining room for extra options, which might not be too bad. Maybe I'll do that. It's a bit early for the dining room, so I'm not a huge fan. But still, let's keep our options open. And then let's first connect to the foundation to the left here, which we can do with a chapel. Therefore, I'm placing the chapel here. But then we move through here first. Okay. Now, probably I could do a pantry or a break room. I think I'll do the break room simply because keys are more important than 4 coins. Broken lever here. Okay, interesting. I'm not sure if I've ever found this here. That's 19. 10 minus 4 is 6 times 3 is 18. 13 and 8 is 21. Minus 1 is 20. Times 5 is 100. Divided by 10 is 10. Very easy. Nice. 2 keys. Very good as well. Let's see what we're getting. We could put down a conference room, and if we get a office, everything would spread right here, which is cool. Right? Conference room might be very useful. I could go for the pool. Locker room not too useful. Sauna, mid, pump room not important either. I think conference room is the better choice. Let's see what we're getting. I guess I'm gonna push forward first. That requires a key, so I'm not gonna do that yet. Instead, we could go to the right here with a trophy room, which is probably the right choice. Let's quickly grab these just to make sure we have them. You never know, then one time you're gonna need them, but you don't have them, so... Now the question is, I don't really like pushing onwards here. I prefer going through here. The other option would be to go back through the foundation, but since I'm here, I'm gonna try either way. We could do the workshop to get the lucky purse, but in order to... For the lucky purse, I need the rabbit foot, which is super unlikely. And the coin purse, which I don't have. But it would allow me to continue onwards. Just don't really like the way this looks like going straight so many times. Let's see. Okay. This also gives me a battery and I have the shovel. But if I want to build the better shovel, I need to have the detector thing, right? So I'm not going to enter here right now. I don't think that's worth it. Instead, I'm going to go back. Okay, let's see what we're getting here. Treasure trove, very useful for today actually, because we want money. So let's put that down. We're gonna collect... Should I collect all the money? Maybe I shouldn't. I'm not gonna get the lucky purse though. Let's use a key for this, because I need to get that memo here. There is no realm that flies the white flag. Is that even true? Purple, green, black, yellow, red, pink, orange, white. Oh, there is one, right? Morachai. Isn't Morachai white? Or is it grey? Not sure right now. Must admit. It's a swan, though. We have a swan. Isn't the swan perfect white? Okay, here I'd like to go to the right, which I can do with a pantry. So I'm going to place the pantry. And we have coins there that we can pick up later. I'm first going through the foundation now. Do I have a kennel? No. A coin, we'll take it. Okay. Then here, to the right would be good. Or a dead end, I guess. Let's go for the dead end to get it out of the way. Coin is useful. 2 keys are certainly useful. We're doing pretty good on resources, so not too worried about that. Steps are fine as well, so we don't have to worry too much. I mean, garage is intriguing because of the keys, but I might prefer the boudoir. All of these options are pretty good, to be honest, but I'm gonna go with the boudoir for the dice, and then we'll see if we get the utility closet next. The freezer is going to be insane. The amount of gems that we're going to accumulate, absolutely bonkers. Okay, I mean, the gift shop is cool, but we don't need it today, so I'm going to go with the West Wing Hall, then we can still get the gift shop later. The veranda is nice, although the picture is... They should have flipped the picture, no? Isn't that the wrong way around? Shouldn't the veranda point to the left here? That's a little detail I would have probably done, like flip the picture. Just the background, not the text, of course. Like on the x-axis. I think I want to go for the drawing room for extra... Although, no, and we're wasting a door, so I'm going for veranda. Turnip, very good, very useful. And a stinky shoe. And with that we can craft the better shovel, I think. Okay, do I want to use a key here? I think I am going to. I have enough keys for now. Then we can do the kennel to save ourselves from using too many keys. And I think I'm going to try to see this through to the end. So that I don't have to come back here. I could end this with a locksmith, I guess. Or with the bunk room to double my keys, which is also very good because I do have 2 hallways. Right? I don't have an aquarium, which could count as a 3rd one. Therefore, I think I'm going to put down the bunk room. That gives me 5 keys for free. And removes the dead end. Let's go. Yep, doubled the keys. Very good. 2 gems for no reason. 2 coins, also good. Yeah, it looks good for the blue tents today. It looks good. Let's go back. Alright, now I'm gonna... What are we gonna do? Are we going through the pantry, or should I first go to the workshop to get the better shovel? Maybe the workshop is the better choice right now to get the better shovel. Oh, we can already get our meal. What? We do have a trophy room, no? So I could actually get the meal right away. I do have a trophy room, nice. Makes sense that the chicken is with the trophy room, or whatever turkey that is, probably. Let's have dinner. I guess the salt shaker would... No, the salt shaker just gives us 1 extra step, not a percentage, so not too important. Alright. I'm gonna first try to create that contraption. I don't have the key card. Wait, how did that work again? Ah, just these 2. Detector shovel. Let's go assemble. Alright, that's good. I don't think there's a dig spot in here. Nope. I don't have the key card. Nope. Then let's see if we can put something down here. We need a key, but we have a lot of them, so... Maybe I'll put down the East Wing Hall, just to make sure I'm not getting stuck. What would be good here? I don't really need more keys. Here I'm going to lose 2 steps. This provides some additional access points. I'm going to go with that. Maybe we have dig spots. Yes, to unlock the doors. And get some more keys. Because we don't have enough, apparently. Let's stay here for a moment. Security. We could lower security and do an experiment. Great, let's do it. I need to do experiments, and that's locked away, okay. Did I check mail here? I don't think I did. I should probably. Security level, we set that to low. And offline mode, I'm probably unlocked because I don't have a key card. I think the experiment for bypassing security doors also works when you set the default mode to unlocked, because the experiment says bypassing, like it triggers by bypassing a security door, and surely unlocking it by default isn't bypass, no? Let's check the mail here quickly. It would say new if there's new mail here. There is a new staff announcement. I can confirm that this morning, as I was driving up to the estate to reset the house... Well, she resets the house every day? I did see that the satellite was up, so it appears the young master does in fact have complete mastery of the house. Yay, I'm going to guess that means he's likely already reached room 46 then. I knew he would pull it off. I just knew it. Congratulations. Simon, yes. Thank you, Kimberly. Kimberly, I can't confirm with any certainty that he's reached room 46 yet, but from the activity I can see on the network, I'd be very surprised if he hasn't. So congratulations are in order for me as well. Simon, I too knew you would pull it off. Randolph. Thank you, Randy, our IT administrator. No, not exit. Ugh, sometimes these menu options are a bit confusing. Log into network. Swan song. Getting an office would be good as well for the coins. We are going for the lab to do an experiment. I'm not going to do another packet management now, even though I might want to do that later again. Experiment setup. Nice, look at that. I'm going for the next 10 times you view your map. Lose 10 steps and then we are going to I'm going to suspend the experiment, and then before we go to the freezer, I'm going to activate it. Then we are going to the grounds, draft the freezer, step into the freezer, and then trigger the map as many times as we can. I was also told to, even if we reach 0 steps, to continue opening the map, because that triggers the experiment even if we don't have any steps left anymore. And then obviously I'm going to go for the crates. Let's go. Same experiment as last time. But then I'm going to pause the experiment for now. That means I want to get as many steps as well today. Exit. Okay, let's just make sure it's paused. Untested. Okay. I can't get through here because I have not turned off power. I'm gonna go for the Mount Holly gift shop for extra options. So let's maybe get an office up here. That would be fantastic. Alright, let's go. Should I go here first? Maybe. Oh, look, we can get a utility closet. Yeah, maybe we'll do the security closet. Let's see. I want to have this off. Gym off, darkroom off, garage on. Okay. Actually, a darkroom would be a great choice here, given that we have the utility closet right next door. These animations are a bit slow. Like, would be great if we could... I don't think we can probably make these faster, no? That would be a good... No, we can't. Not too many options, actually. Very interesting with how few options in a game. This is a priority for us, so thank you for your patience. 1 year later, they still haven't implemented it. But I guess, yeah, it's tricky if you have so many different assets. All right. Oh. There is something here. Here. Lockpicking kit. All right. Well, let's go up here first. Oh, more coin. I cannot lockpick this, so let's see what we're getting here instead. Closed exhibit. I don't really see the point in doing that, so I'm gonna go with an observatory. Yeah, probably. Then we need to be careful what I'm drafting here. More four-way doors. I don't know if I want that. I would like to get the office today, but that's about it. That's not a four-way door though. So I'm not sure if I want that. I could do a hallway in order to get into the corner. Maybe I'll do that. Another key, because we don't already have enough. Conservatory, yes. Let's go. Let's see if we're getting anything important here. A nail, wow. What options are we getting? Is that the thing that it wants me to open? Ah, actually money, that's good. Oh, the attic finally, look at that. So the attic, I want to make a standard room because it's pretty good. And the observatory is already standard, which I think is good as well. The furnace is rare. I don't really like the furnace. So I'm gonna, since we now know that we can always reset these rooms. Oh, rare is already the rarest. Just don't know why I would want the red room, the furnace. So let's just keep it at rare. So I finally got to adjust the attic. Here. Which is something I wanted to do for a while. So actually now I can probably reduce other dead ends that give less items, such as maybe the closet. The hallway closet, or what is it called? Because I will get the attic more often now for sure. Okay. Need to make sure we're not running out of steps, right? I will need to get back to the security, which is a little bit of a way to get there. How many steps do we have? 45. That's still quite a lot. If we can get a kitchen, that would be good. So wait, 45. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to get here, and then back. That's 16, and then 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So that leaves me with about 20 steps that I can spare by pushing onwards still. Trying to get an office, for example. I could also go through here. Okay. I still have enough steps. The most important thing right now. I will now collect these coins, or I guess I can collect them on the way back. I just got a few more steps, which is good. The kitchen would certainly be good. I'm not gonna draft the gym because I don't want to waste steps, so instead I'm gonna go with the passageway. Let's go to the left here. Or I could put down a great hall, and then that connects to security immediately. Then I don't have to go back. That's pretty good as well, right? I think that's pretty good. That saves me a bunch of steps. Look at that. But then let's first move onwards. And then we'll check out the Great Hall when we go back to the security. Hallway doors are always unlocked. That's also very good. I think I'm have to take that for the Great Hall. Because usually there is also coins in there, which are just going to be useful. Okay, let's see. Many options would be great here. In fact, the courtyard is great. Still hoping for an office. I think yesterday I figured out that we can also lockpick these chests, if I remember correctly. Which is quite interesting, actually. Alright, so let's... where are we going first? Let's first figure out this top part. I don't think I need a kitchen anymore now. So instead I'm placing a classroom to get into the corner. I think I'm going to redraw. Maybe we get another conservatory. Oh, an office. Look at that. Okay, in that case, I feel like I have to go for office to spread coins into the conference room. It's a little hill of grass here. Interesting. I've not seen that before, I think. And I also don't think I've checked the mails and staff. Spread gold now. Function successful. Run pay. We could also... Nah, I don't think I want to run payroll. Let's log into the network quickly. Okay, there's no new staff announcements. I can do another special order. Sledgehammer, sleeping mask, shovel, running shoes. I think the shovel... I feel like the shovel is the most useful thing. Or the hammer. But I already have a hammer in the code check, so... do I need to connect to the lab again from here? I don't think so. Mail? I could check mail again. But there is no additional mail. Any beverage communication. Yeah, no, it's fine. I don't think there is anything here. Okay. Alright, that's the office which I wanted. Very good. That means we're making our way back through to the Great Hall. Maybe we'll pick up the items here first. Or I guess I could place something here. More keys that I don't really need. But I guess placing a dead end could be useful. Sure. Just to get a dead end out of the way. Then let's pick up the coins. Let's pick up the coins, do the security. Start the experiment. Go to the conference room, pick up the coins. Make our way back to the entrance hall, pick up the allowance, and then draft the freezer. I think that's a good strategy, hopefully. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oof, a lot of 13, that's 50, 65 coins that we can already get here. It's quite significant. Okay. Then, these should all be open now. Yeah, great, these are all open. That's a dead end. There's nothing here. There's 2 more keys here. Okay, funny. Gem here, not too useful. That's the door and that's the dead end. Okay, let's see what we can draft here. Now the question is, what would give me a ton of money. Is there still anything that gives me a lot of money? I guess I could get the lucky purse by placing an attic. The commissary, I don't think the commissary contains anything that gives me a lot of money. Unless it contains the lucky purse, but I can't usually buy that. So let's just use our last 2 keys. Maybe something comes up that triggers my imagination or my creativity. I guess I could do the code check and then open that chest. See, I'm scared of the chest because the chest causes death. Or at least the effigy inside. And I don't want to die now. Because I'm in such a good position. So I think I'll just put down the solarium. I don't need more keys. So I'm putting down the solarium. Which contains a dig spot and the fruit. Okay, good. Let's go. And the gem. And, ooh, look at that. Well, that could have been useful if we would have had the lucky purse, which I don't have. Yeah, it's not too useful now. Alright. Now, the important part. This is the tricky part. I have to take a screenshot of my map so I don't get lost. Because I won't be able to open my map anymore. The way I'm gonna have to... Wait, let me pull this up here. I have to go here, here, here. Well, it's quite easy, actually. And then we go place the freezer. Did I miss anything that I still need to look at? I got everything here. I don't want to get the piggy yet. I guess I could get the piggy and get the blue tents today. But I don't really want to do that because then I risk not getting the gift shop tomorrow, and I would like to just get 400 coins and then still have the blessing of the monk, so I can still draft the freezer and then just stumble upon the gift shop and everything's going to be fine, and I still have the piggy and I still have the monk and the freezer, and it's going to be no stress. That's what I would like to do, so I'm not going to smash the piggy now. I don't like these risky strategies. I'm not a gambling person at all. I like determinism. I just really wouldn't know what else to do. Alright, so we turn on the experiment and we do what I just noted down here without opening the map anymore. What does the inventory say? 27 coins. Yeah, in the... There's 5 keys somewhere. Interesting. Because I had this, I had the spread from the dead end, I guess. Yeah, that makes sense. I don't need those, though. RTA. For a second, I got scared that I couldn't RTA anymore because the office was lit up already. Resume experiment. Resume experiment. Experiment resumed. Okay, no more map usage now. I need to use my screenshot, but it's relatively easy, probably, hopefully. We have 30 steps, so I don't see any way that this could get screwed up. Where's the money? Oh, everyone gets 2 coins. Every board member gets 2 coins. I don't know, 4 coins for these guys, for some reason. Alright, so tomorrow we will start with... no, we still have the allowance. Holy cow, what the heck? That's crazy. I didn't think I was able to get that much money. Then, to the left... I'm looking at my map here on the side. So really don't want to make a mistake. So we get the allowance... I think that's it. Alright, so... Wait, oh, the allowance is $100. I thought the allowance was $40. Damn. So tomorrow, with the allowance tomorrow, we're already at 432 bucks. That's freaking insane. So we can already get... Well, you know what? I still want the freezer, because then we can also do the showroom right after. Yeah, let's just do those in one go. Let's get the freezer now. I mean, I was thinking about sleeping in the gift shop, just to make sure I can have it tomorrow, but then I lose the freezer. So sleeping in the gift shop would have allowed me to draft the gift shop tomorrow morning here on the grounds, and I could have immediately gotten the blue tents. But then I can't sleep in the freezer anymore. And if I sleep in the freezer today, I just still have to be able to draft the gift shop tomorrow, which shouldn't be too difficult. But even if I am not able to do that, I can still sleep in the freezer again and just keep doing that for a couple more days. I'm certain I will get the gift shop again. And I can also get the showroom to buy that. Freezes your accounts. Let's go. Freaking amazing. Let's go. Oh. This looks different. There's no light on in here. It's slightly different. It looks slightly different, no? But not that I could do anything. I also don't have a burning glass. Okay. So, now I'm just gonna open my map. Well, I can only really do it 3 times, but if I'm fast, I can maybe do it more. So, once, twice, and then I'm just spamming it. I have no idea how many times I spammed it now. Let's see. I should have done that last time as well. I didn't think about it. That's such a good tip. I think someone on my TikTok short, because I made a short and posted it on TikTok, and someone told me about that. It doesn't tell me how many times I triggered the experiment. I could probably try to figure it out in the edit. Pause, and then I can put in a little like screenshot here during the edit, and then we can see how many times I did it. Maybe like 10 times, that would be good. And then I'm just spamming it. There's a lot of money here. Garden Hunting Lodge of Unfathomable Riches. Because we have the vault, the treasure, and the trophy room. Very nice. Alright, I'm gonna do another day because I would like to resolve that money situation in this episode. Let's see. Save and continue. This is crazy. The amount of money we have here. This freezer strategy is absolutely bonkers. Okay. Now again, I'm not gonna get the allowance immediately, but we are already at 400 something coins. Or should I get the allowance? You know what? I'm gonna get the allowance. Then I can, when I get the gift shop, I can immediately get the blue tents and we can cross this off the list. 430 coins. Isn't that freaking insane? Okay, so for the gift shop last time, I think I estimated that I need about 200 at most coins. So I only need about 170 more. Whatever, let's just keep going. Let's just go and let's start with a... I could go with a hallway so I can get certain access to the conservatory. Let's do that. I like the conservatory, especially since we still have the rook. Otherwise, we'll just place a dead end here, or we just use the rook to try... Okay, let me think about this, actually. I would like the conservatory here. Treasure trove. Also very good. Should I get the treasure trove? I'm almost inclined to go for the treasure trove, actually. But I made it very common. That's the thing. It's going to pop up again very quickly. So let's try to go for a conservatory. Huh. It's not coming up. It's interesting how sometimes it just does not come up. Commissary would be good as well. We could buy us... What could we buy us? Some good items. But I would like the conservatory. We're not getting it though. So maybe... I'm gonna go for the hallway closet because we're in the hallway. Let's go. A gem, a key, and the compass. I think that's alright. Let's get it. Then here, straight left would be good. Immediately treasure trove again. I think I almost have to go for that now. But I'm not going to open the chest yet because I only have one key. But the money is certainly freaking crazy. Look at that. What's going on? I've never had that much. I mean, I guess it's just the freezer, really. 500 coins. Wow. Not opening that yet. So to the right here. I don't really like putting down the terrace. Simply because I can get the same effect from the spare room. I would like to reduce terrace rarity, actually. The patio is not useful because I don't have any green rooms. So should I just put down the chapel and see if we can push to the foundation? But we're losing a door. I think it's alright. There's a couple coins here. Let's see. I guess I could do observatory and then try to connect to the bottom of the foundation. Or break room for the keys. That's probably better. Ah, my nose starts itching again. I don't know what's going on. Every time when I don't usually have this, but when I play Blueprints, for some reason, maybe it's because I'm excited. Maybe it's excitement. -3 times 1 is still -3, but squared is 9. 4 squared is 16, reversed is 61, -20 is 41, -40 is 1. The heck? 18 -7 is 11. The other way around is still 11. Okay, that was correct. Oh, garden key. Now, garden key is good to spread fruit. If we have a conference room, we can spread... Oh, look at that. We can spread fruit in the conference room. And if we have an experiment that... The map one again... We can have a lot of steps today. To trigger a lot of crates. But it would be freaking a coincidence if we can get the map trigger again with the crates again. That would be quite something. Should I just go for a bedroom? I guess I could do that. I don't really want to solve a parlor right now because I don't need the gems. So let's place down the bedroom and just continue on through the other way. Oh yeah. I would have actually preferred other keys than the garden key. But it is what it is. I think spare terrace would be pretty good here. To free ourselves from the cost in case we get a cloister later. And then I'm going to try for a conservatory again. Nice. And we get another 4 redraws. That's pretty cool, actually. So the rook is really good for that. I don't have... What do I have? I don't have a shovel. Alright, let's see. I really don't like dormitory. I'm gonna make this unusual. Each time you enter dormitory, Gain 10 steps. I just don't know. I just really don't like it. It contains a couple items. Okay, I'm not going to make it rare. Then darkroom is standard. I think that's pretty good. Master bedroom. I just also don't know what would be in the master bedroom anymore. I can always reset it, you know? I can always... Or actually, I think rare is already pretty good. So I'm not going to change that. Because I wouldn't know what I want in there. So here, I think I'm going to go for a dead end. Because I already have many other options. And it gives me 2 much needed keys as well. Which I could use one here. It's always freaking dangerous. But the chance of getting a key back is pretty good. A key card. I traded a key for a key card. I think that's pretty good. Especially if we can get a security soon. Let's see. I would even be okay with a dead end here. Maybe I'll just put down a parlor to minimize door loss. Yeah. I don't even have to do it unless there's an item there. No, there is not. I don't really have to do the parlor because I have so many gems. I could still do it when I come back. I'm gonna save the steps for now. Then we'll see what's coming up here. I might go for the boiler because either way, if I have a corridor, I'm just gonna connect to the foundation, which is a bit of a waste because I can get there anyways. And I have a key card. I can even get there from the outside. With the boiler, at least I get to the right. Let's do that. And I have a key card. It's really already looking pretty good for now. Then I'll get a break room for more keys. The salt. Does the salt give me steps or coins? No, it gives me steps. Okay. So here we have 10. The other way is 1. Or no, I have to do both operations first. So 24, 42 minus 20 is 24. 42? Wait, what? So 10 plus 14 is 24. The other way around is 42 minus 20 is 22. Divided by 11 is 2. Okay. That makes more sense. 13, 31 plus 1, 32 minus 20, 12. Oops, that was a mistake. 31, 32 is 13. What did I press? Wait, that's also wrong. What? Confused now. Oh, I forgot to do the operation again. 31, 32, 23 minus 20 is 3. Okay, then 2. Get a third of 2. Which is like 0.6 something, and then round it. Oh, damn. Let's use a calculator for that. So 2 divided by 3 is that, and rounded to single digit is 1. Okay. I was about to say, why is the billiard table smoking, but it's from down there, okay. Alright, to the right here would be good. But we're not allowed to do that, so instead I'll place a corridor because I don't want to go to the left here. Let's place a security just to make sure we have it. Better now than not. Then we'll increase, we'll increase security and start a experiment. There's no new staff announcements. Let's order another shovel or a metal detector. I like shovel and metal detector for some reason. Shoes are okay. Sleeping mask, sledge. Sleeping mask is pretty good too. Let's order a metal detector. Shovel and metal detector somehow are my favorite items so far. Electronic mail. We have no new mail. Then we'll go for RTA to the lab. Because I want to do a... I could do the office and then spread, but spread is not too useful now because we don't have enough rooms and not a conference room, so I'd prefer an experiment. Let's see. Alright, I'm gonna have to go with the bypass security door and then remove a crate. Okay, so we want a lot of security doors, which is great. That's perfect setup already. Alright, we have 4 keys. Let's see what we're getting here. If I can get to the right here, which I can, I'm gonna do that. And then we'll try push downwards from here. Car keys. Ah, that's a special key. Okay, I see. Because you guys once told me I looked behind the piano, but I didn't look behind the door. So I have a feeling that the clue could be behind the door of the music room, but I'm really also not sure. Oh, I have a garden key. The problem is if I use the garden key here, I can't spread fruit in the conference room, but I can spread fruit everywhere else. I think I want to do garden key because that gives me access to both sides, which is pretty good, right? And then I'll push downwards here. Now. Before going back. I don't want to continue onwards again. I don't have a shovel, no. Gift shop. I'm gonna have to go with the gift shop to get the blue tents. Even if I lose a door, like the sacrifice is well worth it. Blue frickin' tents. Purchased. Oh, they come here. I thought there was no more space here, but they just keep making more space. So in fact, we don't actually know how many more things we can get. Permanent changes do not reset each day. Each blue room you draft on the 8th rank will contain a hidden blue memo. So it's hidden as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So up here we need to draft blue tents from now on. Okay. So I would like to get a showroom as well. Should I use a key here? Okay, let's use a key, I guess. Special key. I have a silver key as well. Okay. We have 6 keys in total. The vault. I guess I could go for the vault to get enough coins for the showroom. Because that would be my next goal. Let's do that. So I should already be close to getting enough coins for the showroom. I wonder if there is something that costs more than 400 for the blue tents, because I have proven now that I can get the blue tents without the piggy. So the question is, should I smash the piggy today to get everything in the showroom in case I don't have enough money? If I get an office, that would still be good. Look at banana. Okay, let's see if I can get to the right here. Okay. 48 steps. I might want to go back. Yeah, let's go back. It's not that far. And push through the foundation. A shovel would be good, which I can probably buy. Oops. Ah, I thought I can enter through here, but I cannot. Okay, it's a bit further than I thought. But it's fine. Otherwise, we still have the freezer, right? If I want to accumulate more money, I still can open this later. Okay. Piggy is here if I need it. Let's see what we're getting here. Okay, I'm inclined to go for the commissary to buy something that helps me out. Let's see if we're getting a dead end here. I would actually probably get the garage if I get the chance for the keys. Yes. I'm probably gonna do that. I don't want the terrace. Screw the terrace. And I think sometimes items spawn here, but not today. Okay, we're good on keys, so I could use that in the treasure trove later. I'm gonna get a set of gems, simply because that's super valuable, as well as a shovel. The magnifying glass I already have, no? No, I don't, but I also don't need it. And I don't need additional gems. I would much rather keep my money. Okay, here is a security door. I'm gonna use that to remove a crate. And I'm gonna get a kitchen. I'm blocking myself off from the security here. That's a locked door with a key. So kitchen is good for steps. So I'm gonna get a club sandwich for more steps. Question is how many steps I'm gonna need. How many red rooms do I have? None. So I don't want the tomato soup. The banana, it doesn't cost much, but do I need more steps? Not sure. Let's see. I could put down a passageway, which I'm gonna do. I didn't want to dead end myself here. And I want to get more locked doors. Security locked doors, I mean. Do I need the lab? No, I don't. So I'm gonna go for the reading nook. Where are all the security doors? Are they usually come later, right? The further up you go. Let's get the dining room as well. And then let's make sure we can get to rank 8 right now. Oh, I remember I didn't check the door behind the music room. I said I would check the door behind the music room, but I didn't. It would be so funny if there's the message there. To the left here. Don't really want to waste the key if I don't have to. Then let's keep our options open by putting down a drawing room. No security locked doors again. Let's push onwards. I have a shovel now, right? Yeah, so we could do the kennel to save keys, which could be good. So I don't have key pressure. I think I'm going to do that. Oh, 3 dig spots here. What the heck? All right. Here, straight right. I think I'm going to redraw. Trying to get a conservatory because that would let me continue as well. Or we get an attic for a lot of items. Do I need items? That is the question. That's literally the worst spot to get the attic because I would like the conservatory. 8 items. Do I need 8 items? What would I need items for? Nothing really. I don't need items today. I need money for the showroom. How do I get more money? I guess the attic could give me ways of getting more money. Okay, let's put down the attic to get it out of the loop as well. The pool, I mean. It doesn't look like a lot of money in here. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's good for money. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the gift shop. So 4 items, 5 items, 6 items, 7 items, 8 items. Okay. That's good. I think that usually gives me 30 or 40 coins, which is really good. Here I would like to go to the left. I was just questioning whether there is a good idea. The pool might be good here. Let's put down the pool. That allows me to open these two, which hopefully return more keys than I put in. Yeah. Great, so these were basically free, plus I got a key out. Oh, holy cow. I have so many keys, I can literally just basically draft wherever I want now at this point. Maybe I'll use the silver key here. So I can get straight and right. Maybe. That would be good, yeah. Otherwise I could lock myself. Oh, the rotunda. I think I'm placing the rotunda here. Sure. I have a lot of gems as well, so I don't really see the problem in that. Spending 3 gems on that. So I need to still make sure I get back to the freezer. Then I think I'm gonna place the sauna for tomorrow. It's a perfect spot for that. There's a gem there. Let me grab that. Okay. Then let's push through here. A very weird pathing I'm doing today. Usually I wouldn't do that, but because I have so many keys and everything, I'm fine. Usually I would push from the bottom. Okay, we could do a gym. We could do an aquarium. Probably actually gonna do the aquarium here. I'm just trying to find also like security locked doors, but there's so few of them for some reason. Why is there so few of them? So the problem is these are not security locked doors here, so I don't really want to use them unless I really have to. So I prefer kind of moving around now, trying to find these security locked doors. They have to be somewhere. I increased security, right? Or did I decrease it? Freaking weird. Let's go up here. Do I have... I have the shovel. I could build another pressure hammer. Because I have the shovel, the broken lever, and the battery pack. I think that's what I need for the power hammer again. But I wouldn't know what I want to do with that. So let's go for the observatory. Maybe we could get... Oh, if we can get the 50% off today. I don't remember what we need for that. The ship, but when do we get the ship? That's the apple. More apples. 50% off would have been great. Wow. Although, is that even applicable for the showroom? Not sure. Well, launder currency... I don't really want to do that. Less likely to find items. Do I need items? Not really. See, I don't really need items anymore. I think that then just probably reduces my luck, right? But is money items? It will at least allow me to get a potential other door here, so I'm gonna try it. Huh? Why is that? That's gone now. This little angel statue. Weird. Where are the security locked doors? Another chance for Conservatory as well. I could gamble my way. I don't want to do that really though, because I would prefer keeping my money. So I'm going to redraw, hoping for a Conservatory. I could do trophy room, but I have a lot of trophies. Gems. Conservatory still. Office. Office. I think I'll put down an office. And then maybe we get a conference room right now. That would be fantastic. That would be absolutely fantastic. Let's see. Conference room. Nope. What color is the conference room? Pretty sure it's blue, right? So I won't be able to get the secret passage for the conference room. I could get the gym. I could get the pantry. Or I could get the gym and then try... That's actually not too bad. I could get the gym, try to get a conference room here. And if I do, that's great. I also have a door here. But if I don't, I might be able to connect back to the secret garden, allowing me to continue through here instead of going all the way back. I think gym might be the... Because if I get a conference room here, I can immediately use the office right next to it. I don't really want to go back, then get the conference room here, and then having to go to the office and then back again. So let's go gym. I'm doing well on steps, so I'm not too worried about steps at the moment. There's another crate. Okay. What are we doing? I think I'm gonna go with the workshop to connect back to the secret garden. Or should I put the laboratory down? The lavatory. And then it costs me 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I can go back down here as well. Maybe I will put the lavatory down, just to get the dead end out of the way. Do I need the workshop? What would I craft? I guess I want to make sure I can still get to the gift shop, because there is a treasure there. But that's more or less on the way out anyway, so I will then just go back around here. Okay, let's put the lavatory down. I don't think there's anything in here. I think I need the shelter for that, or the shield. But I can't get the armory anymore, so can't get the shield, so I definitely need the shelter if I want to try that. Spread gold. Let's go. Spread gold now. Do I need to log into the network? I don't think I do. Okay. So we need to... Do I have... I don't have anything that tells me whether there is money around, so I need to really keep an eye out now. For money. It could be anywhere because we don't have a conference room. Doesn't seem to be here though. Okay. Then let's see what we can do here. Left would be good, or dead end. What would I even want? Definitely not the tunnel. I would just like money. I would like the showroom. The showroom is a shop. I'm not going to have enough money today. I'm not going to buy it today. So what would give me a lot of money still? I have the vault, the office. I have the treasure trove already. I will pass the dining room for a meal. I can't buy money anywhere. I don't know. Maybe I'll just put down a foyer and then hope that I can see a dead end there. Not a dead end. Maybe I can see a security locked door? No. Okay, in that case, I know that these are not security locked doors either, so let's... Is there money here? No. Let's see what we're getting here. The showroom. Okay, let's get the showroom to see how expensive everything is. Okay, so we have 60 and 80, which is 140, 170 plus 50 is 220. Oh, we're far off. Even with the piggy. Well, it might be enough with the piggy, but I don't want to risk that. Let me calculate again. 80 plus 80 is 160 plus 60 is 220, yeah. Okay, so we definitely need 220 at least. We will have that tomorrow, though. So, but I have to sleep in the freezer once more. Let's go. So I missed that spot, but that's fine. We're gonna continue through the pool. I can draft something here right now. Oh, I need to keep an eye out for money, right. Could be money. I thought this was money there, but it's not. Do I wanna... I don't really care about using a key, to be honest. But if we can get a free door, that would be better anyways. Is there any money here? No. Where is the money? Or is it on the floor? I don't really see the money. Not yet, at least. We don't have a furnace, but that's fine. So the bypass of the security gates was quite mediocre today. I only was able to trigger that twice, which is surprising. Did I lower security earlier? That would have been stupid. Well. Okay, let's see if we can open that door. That's also key locked, okay. Any money here? Not that I can tell. Can we open this? Yes. Then I'm probably just putting down the mail room, right? The rest doesn't seem to make much sense. Order placed. I don't have a letter because I didn't do the experiment again. Okay, then next I have to get back to the gift shop. Keep looking for money though. Don't need any gems from here. I want to keep my money. Money, money, money. I can dig still, however. How do we get there? Ah, it's pretty far. I have to get all the way back, it seems. Okay, fine. Wow, now I'm getting the purse. Okay. Well, better now than not at all. Did I miss that? Damn it, I just walked straight past that. That's so dumb. Well. I can also use a... Yeah, I can use a key here now. Right. The previous box in this room contained a true statement. That's false. Because it's red. Okay, so if we have a green memo on a moon, I think that was, it's false. Yeah, I discussed with you guys in the comments that I need to not only remember these memos, but also in which boxes they're found, because sometimes the color of the box and the symbol is relevant. So I am keeping that in my journal now. I just cut it out. So you don't actually see... Oh, it actually puts entire piles. That's interesting. Yeah, you don't see when I put things into my journal. I always cut that out in every single episode, but just rest assured, those 140 something pages. They definitely accumulated over time. I just cut it. Let's go up here. How do I get to the gift shop? Like this. Okay. I do have enough steps, so I'm not worried. Where would the money be? I don't think there's money here. Is that connected to anything meaningful? No. Maybe we can make use of the purse a little bit more. If there's any dick spots with money. No. Not true. Where is that? Like, how many piles of money does the office spread? I would expect maybe like 5. Let's actually check, because I can check here, right? 13 coins. Well, I can also check what I actually did with the security settings. Security level is high, but I only found 2 or 3 doors. That's surprising. Money, money, no money. Denoted in verse. Still not sure what that exactly means. I do think that relates to reading backwards. Wow, and now I can't even read this because it's one of those. There might be something at the back here. Some coins and interest, very good. There's no dick spots in the garden, are you kidding me? Wow, okay. Just at 1. And then we have the... So I do need to open the treasure map first, I can't just start digging. Sure. This takes so long. But we are getting a few coins. How many is that? 20? 25 and 3 gems. Okay. That's good. We'll take that for tomorrow. Also, I once explained how I thought this was a normal map here. Like the way this is done. Just by using a texture to fake depth. But I now realized, or like in a previous episode as well, that each room not just has the hole, but has like a room specific, like decorative, like pieces around the hole, right? So I no longer think that's just a normal map. I think that's literally a piece of modeled, like 3D space. Right. Yeah. And I can walk over it as well, okay. Because it's so unique and it extends up into the air as well. I'm not sure. It still could be a normal map, I guess, but I think that has been debunked. Wait, where do I have to go? Back now. Okay, now we're going to the freezer. Is there anything else I should do? Let me quickly check. I could try the showroom with the piggy bank from the chapel. But I think I want to do that another day. No, I think I'm good. Okay, so back to the grounds. Keeping an eye out for additional piles of money. Maybe we can do a short trip. I don't think there would be money here, right? Maybe we can do a short trip here to see if there's any money here. I guess the parlor could contain... Oh, look, there's some money here. I guess we could just, like... I don't really want to solve the parlor because it's not necessary, but I guess I could just try opening the white box to see if the gems are in here, and they are! Ha! So we have 3 more gems for tomorrow. And we can open this as well. To get a shoe. A stinky shoe. There's no money here, but an orange. All right. So we're starting tomorrow with... I always think this is a dig spot, but it's not. We're starting tomorrow with 266 coins, which should be enough for a showroom. Well, I guess I already have enough for a showroom now, but... don't really... Let's just keep that for tomorrow. Then we have definitely enough. I don't want to smash the piggy. I want to keep the piggy in case there is something even more expensive, like some ludicrous thing that requires like 2,000 coins. What do I know? Yeah, I think we're good. I can't do the chess puzzle because I'm missing the queen room. So let's go for the furnace. The freezer, I mean. Nice. What a strategy. All right. Let's call it a day in here. I wouldn't know what else to do. I guess I could have, if I had a laundry room, I could have replaced some steps. Nah, you can only swap them. I thought I could turn my steps into money, but then the money would be turned into steps. Nah, I certainly don't want that. So, really nothing I think I can do here. Now I just realized, I need to pay more attention. I had the blue tents and I did not check for blue memos up here. Damn, I'm gonna have to try to remember that. I could have had 3 blue memos already. So dumb. Why did I forget about that? You guys probably, while I was playing, you were probably already writing your comments. You should check the blue memos. You should check for the blue memos. And they're hidden as well, right? So to make sure you miss them, you forget about them. Damn it. Okay, well, that's definitely something to keep an eye out for. How could I forget about that? I literally said it. Well, tomorrow we will keep an eye out for blue memos and we will try to get the showroom again to buy it out for the trophy. I don't think that trophy is extremely relevant for progression, if at all, but it's at least a trophy to cross off the list. Then we don't have any money-related goals anymore. For now, at least. So maybe the blue tents are the main way to continue for now. Alright, that is it for today. Leave a like below if you enjoyed today's episode and subscribe to the channel if you want to know more about those blue memos which all contain true statements. But we will get into that next time. Until then, have a good time. Take care. Bye.